morning, my amazing art students. It is Tuesday. Today calls for cupcakes. Are you ready? I love this lesson, and again, it's still based on that great artist Wayne Thiebaud, because he was so prolific at painting desserts. You saw all those cakes that I posted yesterday. He also did pies. He also did ice cream. And he did what we're doing today, cupcakes. Okay, so we're gonna make something very similar to this. This is the final product of mine, and I'm gonna be showing you what we need to do. All right, get ready. You're going to need a white piece of paper, a pencil, a ruler, some scissors, some glue or a glue stick. I have some clear glue from the dollar store. And I chose to use another cereal box. My kids go through cereal like nobody's business, the giant boxes. So I have a side of a cereal box that we're going to be putting our cupcakes on. We'll be talking about shadow. So let's get ready. Get all your supplies. Here we go. Okay, you're gonna wanna grid off your paper. I've lightly drawn in pencil. You're gonna wanna draw with pencil, but I'm gonna draw with marker so that you guys can really see what I'm doing. Okay, and I'm sorry that there's so many shadows right now because I'm doing this at nighttime. But you're basically gonna wanna make a box that's 3 inches wide on the bottom by 4 inches tall, okay? So you're gonna wanna make 1, 2, and then I put an inch strip between them, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? So your cupcakes are roughly 3 by 4 inches. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do with that 3 by 4 box is you're going to make a curved line from one side to the next. And again, you're doing yours in pencil. I'm doing mine in ink so that you can see. Okay, and I saved this one because I changed this one up just a little bit, and I made it kind of a wavy line so that we could get that cupcake looking like it was coming over the wrapper. All right, next, cupcakes come in all kinds of wrappers, but the wrapper looks the same. You're going to change the colors on the bottom, but let's focus on the wrapper. So the wrapper that's on the bottom of your cupcake has a slant to each side. Whoops. And a curve at the bottom, okay? So it sort of looks like a cone that they've sort of curved off. Okay. You're gonna do that for all your cupcakes. Make that wrapper. You'll get a chance to color them and make them all really unique. But again, I'm doing it in ink. I'd rather you not do it in black ink. I'd rather you do it in pencil and just use your crayons to do that great color that you were working on. Hopefully you got all that color into your cake project yesterday. Last one. And cupcakes all have they all have that crinkled wrapper, right? So we're gonna divide up 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And then we're gonna make even a smaller line in the middle of those so that we have 8 lines so that it looks more like a wrapper. Now, some of these are gonna come all the way to the end, some of them aren't, okay? You get to decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're gonna make the line in the middle. so that we're gonna make this even more crinkly. Okay, we're gonna do that for all of them. Put the lines in the middle. Some of these go all the way to the top, some don't. So that each cupcake is unique. Okay. 2, 3, 4, and the lines in the middle. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, lines in the middle. Some start at the top, some start at the bottom. All right, now you've got all your wrappers. Now cupcakes all have different toppings on them, or they look different on the top. So this one, maybe I'm gonna start with that ellipse like I had before. I learned ellipses yesterday when I was doing cakes. And maybe this one is going to have a curvy frosted top. And then I'm just gonna make sure that I connect it to my cupcake wrapper, okay? Maybe this one is going to have blueberries on it. And the blueberries are gonna kind of come off the top of the cupcake. And then some are gonna be sort of embedded in the cupcake. Okay, so that one's got blueberries on it. Maybe this one's gonna be one of those piped ones that has like all that fluffy piped frosting. So you sort of start with something that sort of looks like a chicken almost. And then you're gonna come down and then a curved line to connect it and another one to connect it to the cupcake wrapper. So it sort of looks like it goes round and round in that swirly piped bag. This one, maybe we're gonna do a zigzag line. Okay, and we'll bring it up to the top and then again we'll curve it to the cupcake on the bottom. This one, I'm gonna do a series of ellipses. Okay, so I've got one ellipse at the top and then this one is just gonna be sort of sandwiched right underneath it. Okay. So that it looks like it has layers to it. On this last one, I decided I'm a big fan of things that are sour. I love sour things, sour lemonade, lime, love key lime pie. So I'm gonna put a little slice of citrus on the top of this. So it sort of looks like a wagon wheel almost. It has these little marks on it. Okay, there are my cupcakes. Now you have to take your time using crayon, oil crayon, whatever you want to color these, and be sure to think about shadows. Let me show you the one that I finished. When you're thinking about shadows, even when you're coloring your cupcakes, so there's a little bit of a shadow underneath that lime slice. There's a little shadow underneath this frosting, and I used 2 different colors like I did in my cake. I used orange and I used yellow. Here I used yellows and greens and a really dark green and a dark blue to kind of highlight things. This one I left white and I just left like little shadows of pink frosting on it. Okay, hopefully you can see that. This one is purple and blue, and then I used that taupe color and some oranges and yellows in here. But purple and blue together, if you use the purple on one side and the blue on the other, the blue looks like the shadow of it. Okay, put a little shadow underneath your cherry. Okay, and that one has a shadow on every layer, so it's light colored, light blue, and then dark blue and the shadow. So you'll want to be thinking about that as you color your cupcakes. Okay, then once you've got them all colored, you're going to cut them out. Okay, cut out each one of them, and then we'll lay them on the paper, and then we'll talk about shadows. Okay, so I cut all my cupcakes out. If you are in kindergarten or first grade, do one cupcake. If you did one cupcake and you drew it really great and you colored it in super awesome, do one. 6 is a lot. But if you are in 6th grade, you most certainly can handle 6. Now we're gonna maybe overlap some. Now pretend these are all colored. Some of them they're gonna kind of be touching a little bit so that we can get them here on the paper. Maybe this one's gonna be up here. Remember Wayne Thiebaud, he loved to do things in a series where there was a whole bunch of them together. So maybe this is the window display that has all the different cupcakes together. Okay, so maybe you line them all up like that once they're colored and glue them down. But I'm gonna take them away so I can just show you one and kind of the formula for how to make the shadow. Now when we're coloring, like the last one that I used a light color and a dark color. So the dark color would go next to this black, okay, to create that shadow, okay? We're sort of outlining that layer, okay, so that we're creating that shadow. And then we're gonna add blue on that layer so that it looks like real frosting. Oh my gosh, it's making me so hungry right now. I can't even stand it. Okay, so now you've got your blue frosted cupcake for your birthday or your friend's birthday. Oh my gosh, wouldn't this be amazing to do one of these as a card for a friend for their birthday? You could draw them like the most amazing cakes and cupcakes. Okay, so you've got this blue frosted cupcake. Now the wrapper, often the wrappers are two different colors. Maybe they could be opposites on the color wheel. Maybe they could be analogous. You guys remember me talking about analogous? But let's do yellow and make every other stripe yellow, like a pattern. I want you guys to think about patterns when you're making these cupcake wrappers, because often they come in a pattern. And a pattern is just something that repeats. So you could do a 3-color pattern. That would be an ABC pattern, right? Maybe it's blue and yellow and orange. Or you can do like me and you could do an AB pattern, and that is orange yellow. Okay, so you've got your cupcake, you've got your shadow, so you use the light and the dark. And now we're gonna use, instead of using black, I don't wanna use black for shadows because it makes it too dark, and sometimes we have a really heavy hand with black. But I wanna teach you the formula. So when you're having a shadow, we have to think about where the light's coming from. And right now, the light's kind of coming all over. You're getting lots of shadows here. But let's pretend the light is coming from this side, okay? So if my light is right here, then I am gonna have a shadow on the opposite side. So it's gonna curve around in an ellipse that ends about in the middle of my cupcake. See that? And I'm gonna use blue here because I think it's an interesting color to use. Lots of shadows can be blue. I'm gonna color the light color just lightly in that ellipse that I made that goes to the middle of my cupcake wrapper, okay? That's the formula. It always will come to the middle, okay? So I've got that part of the shadow. Now I just need to make the dark part of the shadow. So always when I have something sitting on a table, it has a shadow underneath it. So it's darkest there, okay? And it's always darkest at the side, okay? And then it kind of comes out from there. And you're blending that darker blue. Even with your crayon, you can do this. I know I'm using oil crayon, so it's making it look easy, okay? You can always use crayon or oil crayon to blend over the top, okay? And I'm gonna kind of come around the edge of that shadow. Okay, kind of liking that. I think I want to make that one come out a little further because I'm doing this upside down. And I want to take an even lighter color, maybe like a pink, and I want to rub it in here to kind of make a highlight, to kind of lighten that up. Okay. And you can use crayon again, or you can use oil crayon. Whatever you have at home. You could use colored pencils. Colored pencils also really work well in shading, or you could just even do it in pencil and see what you come up with as far as drawing the shadow. That's really what's important here, and blending, okay? So I'm gonna, there you go. There's your realistic cupcake, and you have a shadow here. And then when you put the other ones on, like let's say we put this one here, then we would do another ellipse that went from the side to the middle, okay? And so these shadows will sort of start to, maybe this one, if this one was here, it would cover up entirely, but we'd have a shadow over here, okay? So I cannot wait to see your cupcakes. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what you come up with these delicious treats. Now again, if you're in kindergarten, just do one, okay? If you are in kindergarten or first, just do one. If you're in second grade, do two, okay? If you're in third grade, do 3. Fourth grade, do 4. Fifth grade, do 5 of them. Sixth grade, you're completely capable of doing 6 of them. And it will be so much fun. I can't wait to see them. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.